Today we shall be talking about poisonous and venomous fishes, difference between these two kinds of fishes, chemical nature of fish toxins, properties of fish toxins, what factors make a fish poisonous, and we shall also be learning about some of the important poisonous and venomous fishes. But before proceeding, it is my request to you all to like and subscribe my channel. Let us first know the difference between poisonous and venomous animals or fishes or creatures. We usually use two words which seem to be synonymous, but they are not. We use the term poisonous for some and we use term venomous for some. When we say poisonous, a creature is deemed to be poisonous if it contains toxins in specific tissues or organs harmful to be ingested. So, any creature which is having toxins in specific tissues or organs which are harmful when we ingest them. But in contrast, we can say that a creature is described as venomous if it possesses particular mechanism, a kind of mechanism wherein the organism is able to bite or transfer its venom to other animal. And for example, we can say the creature is described as venomous if it possesses particular mechanism like bite, spine or sting through which it can deliver toxins. So अगर सिंपल मानों में हम पॉइजनस और वेनमस को हम लोग डिस्क्राइब करने की कोशिश करें, एक मछली पॉइजनस तभी है जब उसको कोई खाए और वो मर जाए, यानी कि एक मछली पॉइजनस है अगर उसको कोई खाए और वो मर जाए तो वो पॉइजनस है। और दूसरा पहलू, अगर मछली किसी को काटे या डंक मारे या अपना स्पाइन चुभाए और अपना वेनम उसके अंदर डाले और वो क्रिएचर मर जाए तो वो वेनमस है। नाउ लेट अस मेक पिक्चर क्लियर by learning about some of the examples of the venomous and the poisonous fish. Now, for example, on your screen is the picture of a puffer fish. It is known to be poisonous. This fish is poisonous because it does not have ability to inject or transfer its toxin to the other animal. But this very puffer fish has certain toxins which are concentrated in its organs. So if this very fish is eaten, the poison is transferred. So the creature is poisoned by eating this very fish, but there is no mechanism for the transfer of the toxins. But on the other hand, we see fish on our screen, that is the stonefish. This is very you can say venomous fish. This is a venomous fish, stonefish, and it looks like that of the stone near the beaches, and we are not able to differentiate between the stone and this very fish which lies inactive along the side of the beaches. And if somebody steps on to this very fish, at once these very spines they get erect and they puncture through the skin and transfer the poison, that is to transfer the toxin into the body of the human being or any other creature. So the stonefish on the other hand is venomous because it is able to deliver toxins through the process of the injection when it is stepped on. And by what kind of mechanism? There is a pressure, there are certain pressure sensitive glands and spines which help to transfer the toxins into the body of other organism. This very venomous fish defined by Findlay E. Russell in 1965. So in 1965, Findlay E. Russell defined these very venomous fishes, which include about 1,200 species. That is, it exceeds the number of the snakes, poisonous, yani ki venomous snakes, and the venomous vertebrates. So the number is more than that of the venomous snakes and the venomous vertebrates together. The catfishes alone contribute contribute about 250 to 265 species which are venomous, and they are mostly found in the tropical waters, and these fish injure over 50,000 people annually. So it means that these very venomous fishes, they affect almost 50,000 people annually around the world, and they deliver venom through the spines, barbs, or fangs, with dorsal spines being the most common. So these very dorsal spines, which I'm just showing in the blue, that these are the dorsal spines, and mostly these very transfer their venom through the dorsal spines. And some use bright colors to warn predators, while others rely on camouflage. Now they have a certain warning mechanism, but many a times we do not notice, or the animals do not notice, those very warning signs. And some of the fishes, they have the ability to camouflage, and they, for example, this very stonefish, it looks like that of the stone along the beach. So venom aids in defense, predation, and even the bacterial resistance in the bottom dwellers. So mostly these very fishes which are bottom dwellers, they have developed this very kind of mechanism in order to defend themselves, to escape predation, and even to escape the bacterial resistance. So despite their potential for medical applications, most venoms remain understudied. So though this is a concern that we must be learning about these very venoms, but we are not able to, still we are not able to study most of these very toxins and venoms. This very study is you can say has the research gaps. A creature is deemed to be poisonous. I mean, again, clear that a creature is deemed poisonous if it contains toxins in specific tissues or organs harmful to be ingested. In contrast, a creature is described as venomous if it possesses particular mechanism like bite, spines, or stings through which it delivers the toxins. Understood that it is acting just like a hypodermic syringe, just like the fangs of the snake, wherein they act as the hypodermic needle and they inject their venom into the other animals. Now let us learn about some poisonous fishes. Poisonous fishes have been described, have been classified into different types by Halstead in 1967. For example, we do have the ichthyosarcotoxic fishes. When we simply say that when the toxin is present in the musculature, viscera, or skin of certain fishes, those very fishes are known to be ichthyosarcotoxic. For example, we do have the cyclostomes, elasmobranchs, chimera, tetrodon, scombrids, and then gempylids. So these very fishes are known to be ichthyosarcotoxic because the toxins are present in their muscles, viscera, or skin. Then we do have the another category known to be as the ichthyootoxic. Ichthyootoxic means eggs. Ova means egg. So when the toxins are present in the eggs are raw. Fish eggs are also known to be as the raw, ROE. These belong mostly to the freshwater fishes. Then we do have the ichthyohemotoxic. As by the name you know that when the toxins are present in the blood of certain fishes, and mostly the freshwater eels and several marine fishes belong to this very group. So certain freshwater eels and several marine fishes, they belong to the group where in the blood has certain kinds of the toxins, and those very fishes are called as ichthyohemotoxic. Fourth category of the fishes are ichthyocrinotoxic fishes, which produce toxins by their glandular secretions. They don't have any kind of the venom apparatus, and these very fishes are box or trunk fishes and lampreys, and these fishes produce toxin through the skin and release them in the environment. So such fishes are called as the crinotoxic fishes. Now let us have a look about the chemical nature of the fish toxins. That what is the chemical nature of these very fish toxins? So when we talk about the poisons of the fishes, they are complex mixtures. Some proteins, some are proteins and other are peptides, amines, quaternary ammonium compounds. So some act to be as the proteins, other peptides, amines, quaternary ammonium compounds, mucopolysaccharides, lipids, saponins. So it is a complex mixture. We cannot say that it is just only one compound, but it is a complex mixture. Still, as I told you earlier in my earlier slide, that this very study is under, you can say, under researched. This very study has gaps. This very these very aspects of are understudied. So structure of some marine venoms is still unknown, and marine fishes contain venom with enzymes similar to that of the terrestrial animals. And it has come to know that whatever venoms are studied, they were almost found to be similar to that of the terrestrial animals. Now another aspect we shall be talking about, that is the zootoxicological properties of the fish toxins. That what is their zootoxicological property? So when we say, so because of these very toxins, and many a times the vasoconstriction or vasodilation, parasympathetic dysfunction, when the parasympathetic sympathetic nervous system does not function properly, that is this very parasympathetic nervous system, which, what is the function of this very parasympathetic nervous system? It controls automatic processes in the body such as digestion or slowing down of the heart rate. So when this very parasympathetic nervous system does not function properly, or multiple concomitant changes in the blood vascular dynamics, so either because of these very toxins, there is vasoconstriction or vasodilation, vasoconstriction or vasodilation, the parasympathetic dysfunction or multiple concomitant changes in the blood vascular dynamics. Then fish poison metabolites bring bioactivation, and mostly sometimes these very metabolites, they bring about the bioactivation. They activate certain other compounds. There is a feeling of intense pain, and far more severe than snake or the black widow spider. Black widow, the pain caused by the sting of the black widow spider is known to be one of the severest pain in the world. But certain venom found in the fishes, they are known to cause the pain far more than that of the black widow spider. The toxins of ichthyosarcotoxic fishes, they are remarkably different from the toxins of the venomous fishes. So the venomous fishes, which have the ability to transfer their venom or toxin into the body of the other animal, they are having the properties very different to that of the ichthyosarcotoxic fishes. That is, ichthyosarcotoxic fishes are different from the toxin or poison present in the ichthyosarcotoxic fishes, that is remarkably different from the toxin produced by the venomous fishes. There appears to be some relationship between the certain toxins of venomous fishes, such as there is a fish known to be as a ciguatera or gymnothorax. their toxin appeared to be same as that of the Pterica torosa. So when learned about the toxins of the Ciguatera and Gymnothorax, these are two fishes. But when there was research on the toxins of these very two fishes, it was found to be similar to that of the poison which is present in a newt known to be as the Pterica torosa. So the terrestrial animal, that is the newt, or you can say present in the sometimes present in the water, that is an that has the poison similar to that of the fishes Ciguatera and Gymnothorax. That is, this is the Pterica torosa. So let us talk about the factors that make fish poisonous. That what are the causes which make a fish poisonous? What factors make a fish poisonous? So there are many factors. Some of the important factors are listed here. For example, feeding on the toxic marine fishes. So some toxic marine fishes, when eaten by a fish, the fish also becomes poisonous. Feeding on the toxic protestant, particularly dinoflagellates. Feeding on the shoreline territorial plants whose berries or leaves have swept into the sea. So some of the shoreline territorial plants whose berries or leaves they swept into the sea and eaten by the fishes, they cause the accumulation of the poison in the fishes. So pollution of the ocean by industrial poisons, this is also one of the cause. Dumping large quantities of metals, especially copper, into the ocean. So we call such a kind of toxicity as the heavy metal toxicity. So when we talk about the industrial poison, it is called as the pesticide toxicity. So epidemics in fishes giving rise to toxic endogenous substances, spawning activities, feeding on corals, jellyfishes, toxic mollusks, and other fishes, dumping of the radioactive materials into the oceans, that is also one of the important causes. Climate change is also one of the causes which is one of the factor of the fish in the fish to cause the accumulation of the poison. And one of the another factors which is known to make the fish poisonous is living fish exposed to the moonlight. Living fish exposed to the moonlight. So I don't know that how this very moonlight is one of the factor to make a fish poisonous, but most of the some of the books have written that the leaving the fish exposed to the moonlight is also one of the factor which makes a fish poisonous. Now let us talk about the certain important examples of the venomous and poisonous fishes. Now in my first slide I talked about the pufferfish, which belongs to family Tetraodontidae. For example, Tetradon genus. So it is second most poisonous vertebrate after the golden dart frogs. So after golden dart frogs, these very fishes are known to be the most poisonous vertebrates. So they contain tetrodotoxin. They contain a poison known called as the tetrodotoxin. They cause diaphragm paralysis and potential suffocation. In Japan, parts of the blowfish are used as a delicacy which is called as fugu. And I usually tell students that this very fugu is a delicacy in Japan, but there are expert chefs which are licensed to cook this very fish. Then another fish known as spotted trunk fish, it secretes the ciguatera toxin from the skin glands, harmful only if ingested, harmful only if ingested. And predators like nurse sharks may die after consuming the trunk fish. So these very predators such as sharks, when they consume this very uh, trunk fish, they secrete a toxin known as ciguatera toxin, and these very sharks die after eating this very fish. Then we do have the eel-like fish, that is the anguilliformis. the toxic proteins in the blood require cooking to neutralize. So if this very they do contains these very eels do contain the poison, but when these very toxic proteins in the blood they are cooked properly, they neutralize the effect. Moray eels produce toxic mucus and store toxins in the flesh and organs. So moray eels, they have the ability to produce the toxic mucus, and they have the tendency to store the toxins in the flesh and organs. Then there is another fish called the giant moray. It is an apex reef fish, but may cause ciguatera poisoning linked to harmful algal blooms. That is mostly the poison accumulation or toxin accumulation caused by feeding on these very algal blooms, which are toxic, which are poisonous. Then another fish after eelfish, there is another fish known as we have talked about, the stonefish. Now this very stonefish, it is not a poisonous fish, but we can call it as the venomous fish, because we saw in our video as well that it has a great ability to inject the venom or toxin with the help of its dorsal spine into the body of the other animal, whichever steps on it or eats tries to eat this very fish. And this very fish has a tendency to camouflage among the rocks, and it erects 13 venomous spines, almost 13 venomous spines, which are here. You can see they are inactive, that is they are lying on the dorsal side, but these are not erect right now. But in our video we saw that when activated, they because of their sensory system, they get erect and they inject this very toxin through the process of the injection, and they cause severe pain, paralysis, and potential death. And predators include bottom feeding rays, sharks, and Stokes sea snakes. They are predators, they are bottom dwelling rays, sharks, and Stokes sea snakes. Then another fish, lionfish, it is also known to be as the venomous fish. These release venom when struck. Whenever somebody strikes it, it releases the venom. It is not the native of US, but invasive along the east coast of the USA. It is known to dart aggressively at the divers. So divers which try to come closer to this very lionfish, it is known to dart aggressively towards them. Then another fish known to be as stargazer. It can deliver venom and electric. Yes, it is also an electric. It also has the ability to generate the electric current as well. So stargazer can deliver venom and electric shocks. Venom neutralized by cooking. This very venom, though it is neutralized by cooking, but electric organs are often removed before the sale. So these very fishes, some of the fishes we studied, those were the poisons, and some of them are known to be as the venomous because of their ability to inject. Then another example is that of stingrays. So sting with the barbed stingers, causing local trauma, pain, swelling, and stinger often breaks off in wounds, complicating the removal. And many times this sting often breaks off in the wound, and it complicates the removal. It is very needle, very sharp as that of the needle, and it injects through the spine. Risk reduced by shuffling feet in the shallow water. So it is always advised to shuffle feet in the shallow water before stepping on. So there is another fish known to be as the fang tooth blenny. Fang tooth, you can see here that the teeth are like that of the fangs of the snakes. So venom includes the enkephalin. Enkephalin is one of the toxins present in them, which causes inflammation, and it has the phospholipase and neuropeptide Y, which causes the drop in the blood pressure. So we have studied about some of the venomous and some of the poisonous fishes. So next we shall be dealing with the venom apparatus and chemistry of the venom in fish. Hope this lecture will be fruitful for you for various examinations, even the academics and even in the competitive examinations. Thank you. That's all for today. But it is my request to you all to like and subscribe my channel Biolearnia. Thank you very much.